This is so wrong. What the do you know about, what is it, vexillology? Opinion, dude. Get out of here. Take. Here, let's watch the new Geopold.
Europeans, Indians, Australians, South Americans, Arabs. Europeans, Indians, Australians, South Americans, Arabs, Brits, Canadians, Africans say goodbye to America and say hello to China. That's right.
24 years ago,
the map of global trade dominance looked like this. But guess what? Tariffs. With America pulling away from any foreign trade, for better or for worse, the rest of our countries are scrambling to get closer to planet Earth's new boss, China. So to introduce you to the world's new overlords and to signal.
My favorite things about libs is their reformist loving America view on progressivism in the colonizer slave country. Then they look to China and want you to condemn it like Nazi Germany. Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, Adolf Hitler.
Signify this great shift in global dominance. I thought I'd compare the old goats to the new goats and give you guys a comprehensive answer to the question on everyone's minds right now: China or the USA? The first category shootout we got is population. Come on now, this one is a statistical landslide. America has
340.1
million people. China is
1.411 billion people. Oh my god. Damn, Renan!
4x, bro. 4x. And the craziest thing is that some Americans seem to be completely unaware of this. I mean, I know geography isn't these guys' educational strong point, but come on now, man. 4x is crazy. Category shootout number 2. Trains. Now look, I know America was built off the railroad. These guys did pioneer the art of connecting a massive landmass using tracks. And
also, ironically, in large part built by the Chinese. At least some parts of the American connective tissue.
Rail cars. But my god, are those days gone? My god, are those days over? America has genuinely fallen behind every single country on earth in terms of rail systems. Bro, I'm pretty sure Sudan has a better train network than the USA. So I was joking, but turns out it actually does. Just have a look at these rail maps, man. This is what you guys could be. In China, everyone gets the train, and it's ridiculously fast to travel like astronomical distances by rail in this country. Because you know how fast these goddamn trains go? Dude, we're talking 4.
I'm so mad. I just like, this makes me so upset. This makes me so goddamn upset. This is also the other reason why I get so annoyed with people who are like anti-China hawks, where I'm like, I want America to be like China, dumbass, and not in like the bad ways. And it seems like the only direction that we are heading towards is not the cool not like developing infrastructure, but instead more authoritarian measures, as though we are being dominated by a global superpower on a regular basis. When we're not, we are the global superpower.
430 miles per hour. Okay, here's 4 options. Guess what is the average speed for an Amtrak train in the USA? Wrong. You are wrong. Amtrak's long distance trains in the US average even lower than all these options at around 48 miles per hour. Bro, Loki, I reckon there are humans in China that can run that fast. I'm not even joking. You know what the funniest thing is? America actually tried copying China and invested shitloads of money into their very own high-speed bullet train. However, because the train tracks are so poorly maintained in this country, because oligarchs like Elon Musk lobby against public transport in favor of Tesla tunnels and America successfully built the slowest high-speed train in the world. Congratulations, guys. In general, it's known the USA focuses on its cars. This is because, unlike seeing the free travel and transport of its people as a human necessity that should be available to...
The irony, of course, is that, and I've said this a lot of times, I've said this time and time again, China is so American-coded in many meaningful ways that they also lap us on cars too now. They have an infrastructure that has both public transit in the form of trains, but also cars too. They even got cars, man. They got everything. They got McDonald's. They got KFC. They got cars.
to all people and is also just integral for developing a country's economy, quality of life, and equality. America commodified travel, a luxury item, something that exists only for profit. Okay, but bro, our road systems are just so high-tech and efficient and free. Firstly, they are not. Also, are you guys really choosing sitting in a shitty, bumpy, loud truck that you have to drive yourself through traffic, potholes, and endless, boring-ass scenery for like 12 hours over kicking back in a perfectly smooth, clean, silent bullet train with a restaurant, a toilet, internet, everything you could ever want for a quarter of the time? Alright, bro, sure. China, 1 point up. Of course, 1 point up. Category number 3. Colonial.
I hate this. I hate this shit, bro. I hate it. Why can't we have this? We are the wealthiest nation on the planet. Wealthiest nation in the history of mankind. Why can't we have this?
Now, both these guys have a pretty strong reputation of ethnic cleansing, stealing land. Uyghurs, Iraqis. It's pretty commonly known that if either the USA or China is your op, you're cooked. However, I will say, with its foreign policy, America tends to just obliterate anyone and anything to smithereens. They'll take every last drop of oil you've got to offer, then piss off, leaving you with maybe a highway and a petrol station. At best, a completely corrupt, mentally unstable leader. Whereas China, you know, their intentions might not be the best, but they will still build some cool ass for the people to use. Tehran's metro system, Uganda's bridges, Gabon's schools, Hungary's police stations. And look, if I was the recipient, I think a cool train station, even if it was built by some slightly dodgy contractors, would be preferable to me and my entire bloodline.
Wait. Disclaimer, this was recorded before the Serbia protest and I wasn't aware of the collapse of the protest. Okay, I'm not making a joke. That terrible event. It all just sounds coincidentally bad.
Was built by some slightly dodgy contractors would be preferable to me and my entire bloodline being wiped out just because there's some kind of useful resource under my soil. And our goddamn Chevys need Chevy juice. I need it. So for that reason, China, another point up. Jesus Christ, man. You Americans gotta really work on reining it back here. You guys need some points desperately. I need you bad.
Hey, man, big dog.
The only area where America has seemingly cleared China was in the cultural dominance of Hollywood, which once again, due to endless thirst of profiteers, the parasitic nature of capital, even that part is actually getting eviscerated. No, not on treats. China's got treats, dog. China's got all the treats. You can't say that. China's not the USSR. Okay? They got hella treats. And not only do they have hella treats, they now also have like they're making inroads in cultural dominance as well. You want the phone to order food? Here you go.
I need you, big dog, boy. Look here. Boy, I need you bad, man. I need about 50, man.
And that's where our next category comes in. Buckies. Howdy. So the microphone didn't work, so I'm gonna have to do a voiceover instead. Hell yeah. Essentially what I was saying is, do you want to experience up to 75,593 square foot of beaver-themed gas pumps, brisket, root beer, beef jerky, banana pudding, diabetes, obesity, freedom, some more gas pumps, and also potential insurgent militant groups? Well, my friend, Bucky's is the place for you. This gem of absolute human innovation could be found in the deep, deep south. Our establishment is not fit for any of those stupid libs north of the Kentucky border. And absolutely, my pilgrimage destination, Bucky's, does not exist outside of the USA. It just ain't suitable for them damn Chinamen, them damn Oriental China women, them China peoples. Nah, nowhere near China. I ain't going nowhere near China. I mean, I think so. I actually never have looked at a single map that zooms out further than a party store in my local hometown of Gooberville, Arkansas. So, America 1, China 0. Food.
Bro, that's crazy. He literally had to slide in a metric of something that only exists in America to give a point to America. That's awesome.
Now this category shootout, it's not even a question I can ask and still be considered sane, okay? If you fucking fucking Yanks think you can ever even graze China in the culinary game, you are dreaming. Look, I do have a bit of an admission to make, right? I may or may not have been in China. They might have inserted a CCP chip in my brain. I'll accept the allegations you want to throw at me, but I don't know, if that brain chip is what makes Chinese food taste so good to me, then give me 2. Double my dose, bro. I want another injection of social credit into my brain right now. God made this food himself.
Like, it's crazy because American food is really good. Like, it's got everything. It's the world cuisine, right? It's true. It's true. It's undeniable. We have, due to the brain drain, due to, I guess, another aspect of colonial exploit, American food is everything, right? It's not just burger. Shut up. Let's be serious for a second. But the thing is, if we're talking about just straightforward cuisine, American cuisine versus Chinese cuisine clears. 5,000 years. Come on. You're out of your... But if we're talking about just overall availability of every type of food, even then China is probably competitive, if not clearing America. I'm saying that, like, as far as even allowing the metric that America is supposed to clear the rest of the planet on, which is every type of food that's readily available, the best version of every type of food that's readily available, even then I feel like China is still fairly close, if not beating out America.
Himself, I swear to God, yes, I may have endured a couple naked toilet sessions with my head in my hands due to the spice level out here.
It's like this. If I have no meat, I'm alright. If I have no eggs, if I have no meat or vegetables or anything at all, I'm fine. Let me tell you.
Chinese food isn't that good, bro. What the are you saying? Brother, oh my God. The only issue with Chinese food is its proximity to Latin America, okay? It is the one singular major L. That's it. That's it. It's too far away. There's no Mexicans. The less Mexicans you have in your country, the more your cuisine and culture suffers. And when I say Mexicans, I mean the broad American definition of Mexicans, which is anything south of the Mason-Dixon line, okay? If you're south of the Mason-Dixon, you're Mexican, as you guys know. It's a huge, huge part of why I think the UK cuisine suffers. Okay? When you go to London, you're like, where are the Mexicans? What the is going on? Why are there no Mexicans? They think the Spanish people are the Mexicans of Europe. It's crazy. They're not. They're white. That's not, you're wrong. You're so wrong.
Tell you, this is my God.
Oh God, I couldn't control myself, man. I get one minute droplet of numbing broth on a singular taste bud of my tongue. I'm finishing the bowl. Then you add pork cutlet. Oh.
After a 10-hour flight from Turkey to Hong Kong, which felt like getting by Shaq, we were hungry. Turkish Airlines slop can only take you so far. So me and Leo decided to
personally love Turkish Airlines. Please, Erdogan, send me business guys.
go to a Chinese restaurant. And for our noodles, I chose mild spice. It was so good, man. It tasted so good. I was crying. Tears were rolling down my face and my nose was stuffy from the spice. Mild spice my ass, man. They put diddy poop extract in this.
Sir, I don't want that much food, man. I'm serious, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There's too much rain going on. Yeah.
It's so good though, man. Chinese food is amazing, and even though you choose mild spice, it will still kill you. You will enjoy the experience. Like a dominatrix that you are attracted to. You are in pain. She has you crying, but you will still come back the next day for another one.
I don't even care, man. I will eat the freakiest Chinese food that you Americans are too to even look at. Chicken foot, give it to me. Ground baked entire camel, give it to me. Spit roasted alligator, give it the to me. Speaking of alligator, this video sums up my entire thoughts regarding the USA versus China food debate. it, bro. I would have eaten that bat. I would have been patient zero. And I don't even gotta mention American food. I've talked about it a shitload on his channel. I got entire videos dedicated to Yanks being fat. Go watch them after. One more strong point to China here. If I'm selling the great nation of China to you, and if you're thinking of relocating to a luxury penthouse in Beijing or Shanghai or Chongqing, or alternatively, you just want a really nice holiday, it would be extremely handy for you to know a bit of Mandarin, wouldn't it? 是的 I'll tell you one thing that I know for certain. The aunties in the Chinese diner are gonna treat you with a lot more respect if they're greeted with a ni hao as opposed to a hey, hello, hey. And that, my friend, is where italki comes in.
Execution date.
Using this online language learning platform, you can take personalized one-on-one lessons with native speaking teachers anytime, anywhere. Because it's just you and the teacher, you'll really focus on your speaking and listening, you know, more conversational skills, which will increase your confidence through actual interactions.
You're saying for me, it's British, so opinion disregarded, but who better to know the fall of an empire that spanned across the globe than a British person? 13 colony lead, baby. They blew that shit. Think about that.
Yeah.
谢谢 is thank you.
Yeah, thank you. The J we pronounce T, so 再见.
If you want to find a mentor that's a good match for you, just like I did, italki makes it easy. There's over 30,000 teachers, and you can find the perfect one through filtering by lesson category or even where the teacher's from. And best of all, with italki, you can pay for each lesson individually. There's no subscriptions, and lessons are priced from only $5. Yes. You also get 3 trial lessons, which are refundable, so there's no financial risk involved. Yes. Start your language learning journey now with the link below in the description, and don't forget to use the promo code Geopold2504, all caps. This gives the first 50 users an extra $5 when they make their first purchase of $10 or more. Yes. So be quick, sign up now. Anyway, our next category is flags. Now, both these countries low-key have S tier flags, I can't lie. In the great flag tier list video, me and my...
I like that every single China hater quieted down once the zoomer editing kicked in. That's all it took for you. This is like Bluey. Okay? A lot of you are babies that needed a pacifier. Everyone was like, Hasan, this is unjustifiable. Every state enforces violent actions. How dare you defend China? I believe in a stateless, classless, moneyless society that will magically exist out of nowhere, out of the blue, out of thin air. The contradictions are too glaringly obvious. You know what I mean? And now they're all like suckling on the pacifier.
My friend Wow Mao both rated these two in the highest tier possible.
Nah, they on Gucci, Louis, 3 buy logos. Yes! Yes!
But the question is, which one is better? This is definitely gonna ruffle some feathers, especially in my social credit department, because America's gonna take the dub. I just think the Queen's tricolor, the stripes contrasted with the stars for each state.
This is so wrong. What do you know about, what is it, vexillology? Opinion, dude. Get out of here. Take.
Wow. And if China had more stars, something to represent each province maybe, it could have won this very close shootout. But unfortunately for you guys, it's another point up for America here. Finally, you Yanks are catching up and gaining on the PRC. Shootout number 7. Technology.
When me and Leo got into Macau with a ferry, I was wondering how to pay for the bus to get a ride to the center. Then, after approaching some locals, they told me, do you have WeChat Pay? And then I realized, oh no, we're cooked. And then we walked and walked and walked. We literally walked all of Macau from the ferry and back. Here is the Apple Fitness screenshot. And then we couldn't even buy anything because going to a store in Macau and asking to pay with a Visa instead of Alipay or WeChat Pay is basically insulting. We found one random store that accepted Visa, and when we talked to the cashier, he said something to his coworker, which I can only assume was get a load of this cracker, and reached down to pull out some old-ass card reader which they hadn't used for probably 8 years.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's like, bro.
Please, let me get this bar. Please, my friend, give me this bar, please. Please, master, give me this bar, please.
Hell no. Hell no.
I also wanted to find out if I could vape in a park, so my first idea was to go to a Chinese police officer and wave my vape around in front of him and ask if I can hit it. But I decided to Google it first. Boom. I mean, I have an illegal substance on Chinese land. Get this thing away from me.
Now, as we all know, China is Wakanda. Everything is modern and everything revolves around some kind of Chinese-made technological advancement. Want to pay for your meal? Use Alipay with your Chinese phone, which is connected to your Chinese bank account, which is connected to all your information, your house, your job, your citizenship number, your credit score. God bless the CCP. Now, Americans love to denounce this system as communist oppression. Look, I agree. I think it is extremely crazy how they have smile checkpoints that know who you are from facial recognition and make sure you're sparkly white.
We literally also have that now as well. The only reason why they had it before us is because they're technologically more advanced.
It's a shining bright. But I got a question for you Americans, right? Do you not kind of have...
Yeah, we have that already just at airports, but it will roll out everywhere eventually.
The exact same thing? Yes or no? You guys literally have credit scores that determine whether you're allowed to rent a house or not, based on your history of spending money, plus completely unelected government officials, Elon Musk, have access to all your private information, where you live, your job, your credit score, and most importantly, your social security number.
What is this? Someone was saying, hold on. There's someone that was talking about like you have to scan your fingerprints or whatever when you go in to China. Yeah, I'm happy to do so.
But how is this any different to China? Also, bro, I guarantee if anyone in the world is spying on you, it's gonna be an American guy, not some Chinese dude. There's a reason all these military bases exist. There's a reason hundreds of suited up Americans can be found in the casinos of Alice Springs, Australia, okay? They're probably listening to us right now. Hello, Alan. So I'm thinking both China and the USA are like extremely dystopic. So they can draw. 1 point goes to all. Good job, guys. The next category is viruses. Look, I ain't gonna beat around the bush. We all remember what happened, man.
Just like this. It does not come from the influenza virus, you jackass. It has to come from the same virus to be in the same family. Viruses come in families. Stop touching niggas with your hand.
And yes, as I said, I do not blame the guy who started it. Chinese food could probably convince me to do anything. If that bat was tasty enough, I would 100% have started a worldwide pandemic that led to hundreds of thousands of innocent casualties. Easy. 1 point to China because not only are they the goats of medical viruses, they're also the goats of computer viruses. Number 9. Economy. Look, all I'm saying yet, the current government of the USA are out here justifying the US going into a recession. All I'm saying, bro, maybe just look at this tweet and then maybe just look at this graph. And then maybe have a look at this graph. And now have a look at this kabag. Look at it. This is America's economy right now. It should be amazing. If you blur your eyes, it looks like a delicious meal. But check a bit closer. All that glitz and glamour, all that salad and bread and the appetizing takeaway box is a ploy. It's just corruption and poo. Realistically, I don't think you'd ever see my boy Big Ping referring to recession as a good thing.
Find that I
Big Ping.
do better in bad markets. I buy things in bad markets. And you can't do that in a great economy. You can't buy it. Either you're going to buy it very expensively or not be able to buy it at all. So there's a lot of opportunity, I find, in the bad times.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. He made $2.5 billion today, and he made 900.
Bro, that's crazy. Like, just directly pointing at the big guys that made out like gangbusters, okay, as the stock market collapsed and then rebounded. It's crazy. Just what are you gonna do about it? That's the attitude across the board.
He's a financial.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
You know, there is a reason why China's
It's so funny to be like, step 5, oligarchy. Dog, we're there. Like, we've been there. What do you mean?
billionaires are so much less rich than America. Makes you think, man. 1 point up to China. Bro, my social credit score is going crazy right now. Our next battle is over the elderly. Now look, I'm not saying the American elderly are weak by any means, but I do think they get handed a really, really bad deck of cards. All those years of American food and pollution and prescription medication really starts getting to you at an old age. Meanwhile, healthcare is ridiculously expensive, and half the time is a flat out scam. You know, doctors coercing you into taking medicine you don't even need so they can profit off your dying ass. And when you've lived a long life of eating Arby's, drinking Rockstar, smoking Marlboro Reds, and popping Ritalin daily, your health is probably in the kind of situation where having some good, honest, free healthcare would probably come in extremely handy, you know? Plus, there's no public transport, so to get anywhere, even if you're senile, the only option you have is the mighty car, which either leads to death or just being stuck in your house constantly. Or even worse, you're stuck in some Florida elderly care home where for the last time in your existence, another business rinses you for all you got. And I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of the same here in the UK. Sucks being old here. I've seen what it's like. The difference is America pretends to care about its old people, its veterans, etc. All these people you're meant to respect so much are essentially put out on the street to die from indulging in the harder version of the drugs they're already prescribed by some head doctor who is definitely not getting paid by commission. They just somehow were gifted a new Tesla this Christmas. My new Tesla that was gifted to me by a pharmaceutical company has absolutely no correlation to the record amount of opioids I sold this year. But going back to the bad treatment of elderly people, I have seen kind of similar things in the UK, which might explain why I was so blown away by these Chinese old people. These guys have superpowers, I swear to God. Because of the jet lag, right, one day I was up at the crack of dawn walking around Hong Kong. Now, Chinese people will know what I'm talking about here. 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Bro, these parks are just ram-packed full of genuinely 80-plus-year-olds wearing gym gear, doing the most insane exercise you've ever seen. You wouldn't even see a young American doing trampolining, weightlifting, calisthenics, hula hooping, various athletics. On God, I saw pensioners doing backflips, front flips, cartwheels, handstands, you name it. It blew my mind.
What are they preparing for? Yeah, dude, we're so cooked. Oh my God. They're going to be like, yo, band for band, you send your 75-year-old plus against our 75-year-old plus, and we just duke it out. Oh my God. They're going to do, oh my God. It's like with India, with the border war, where they fight with sticks and stones. They're going to tell America to do like a Indian border war style situation with the olds. We're cooked. We're cooked. That's what grandpa's, oh my God, that's what grandpa's training for, bro.
It blew my mind. And the funniest thing is, if you get up as early as them, 6 a.m. let's say, and you go to the park, they just assume you're one of them. They're so happy to see young people up bright and early in the park. I had guys screaming good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Happy morning, sir. Hello. So yeah, extremely easy W for China here. Their old people are overpowered, over-fucking powered. And our last category shootout of them all is drip. Now, I know. America has great fashion. America has great clothing in general. But bro, I gotta tell you, right? Some of the I saw in China was on a different level, bro. A different goddamn level.
Absolutely everyone dresses well or wears branded clothes. There were so many brand stores. It's probably the most I've ever seen in the world, honestly, which is why I came back dripped out.
So honestly, one last final dub for China.
L-Take, wow, brand stores. Shut up, nerd.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Two valiant opponents. But overall, we have our victor, China. Who would have thought it? And yes, for all the Americans and EU heads in the comments, this is me coming out as a CCP agent. If no one noticed from the reverberating echo of my voice against the reflective, bright, white tiled upholstery of my new crib, I have recently relocated to a luxury penthouse in central Guangdong, Nang, Miao, and Dong Autonomous Prefecture. We really out here. Thank you to the big bro Xi for hooking me up. Ladies, let me know what it do out here. I got unlimited Chunghwas on deck. Please, please.
The YouTuber hyping up brand clothes, the fake facade of clothes doesn't save a person. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. The clothes you wear do not define the man. Okay. That's not what anybody's saying. God damn. Let people enjoy. Okay. Calm down.
Please drop a comment. Congratulate me.
It's literally a joke anyway.
And also like this video because God knows I'm gonna need some motivation to make my next one, considering the amount of Tsingtaos, Chunghwas, and Mayong games there are to play out here. And my final words to you will be 再见. What? Who could possibly be knocking at my door at this hour? Who on earth could that be?
Leo, it's me, your old friend Eduardo. I have to be quick, amigo. I cannot disclose the secret operations I am executing here in rural China, but I have an important message for you, my friend. On my year-long journey west, one gloomy, lonely evening, out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of some shining circular item glimmering in the sunset.
To my shock, it was a CD. Even more shocking were the words scratched onto this mysterious CD. It read, the song burned onto this plastic disc is destined to be featured as the outro music on Geopold's China video on Sunday the 13th, 2025. If the destiny is not fulfilled, well, there could be dire consequences.
Also, this song is destined to be linked in the description of this video, right under the sponsor text.
So that anyone who appreciates the sound of its imminent divine power can save it and listen to it for their own on any streaming platform. And if not, they do not need to do anything with this information anyway.
It's about time I get back to business, amigo. Adios.
That was great. Link the channel. I want to check this guy out. It's Geopold. Sudan having a better rail system than the US is wild, bruh. It's not. Anyway, yeah, Geopold, more like Sheopold. True.